Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and today I'm back with another video. It's gonna be a little bit different than what I normally do. Kind of feels right to talk a little bit about Xbox right now, and specifically kind of my thoughts on it, because I've pretty much had the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X since launch, and I really like both of them equally. And while I'm generally very happy with the PlayStation 5, the Xbox needs a little bit of help. The truth is, I find myself buying way more PlayStation 5 games lately. I mean, that's due to the fact that there really are more exclusives for the PlayStation 5 that I want to play right now. But also, when it comes to physical media, I feel like it's kind of hit or miss if the actual Xbox version will have the game on the disc, or if I'll buy the Xbox One version and it'll just have a big old download. To me, that's not really ownership, or at least long-term ownership. And so I do, over the last couple years, find myself standing in a game store holding both versions and leaning towards the PS5 version. But like I said, I do like both of these systems pretty much equally, and so I want to give the Xbox a chance. I do really like gaming there. And I've been paying attention lately to some of the game announcements, including a partner preview that happened recently. And so I thought I would give you some of my thoughts on some of the new announcements from that event, and also tell you kind of what I'm looking forward to in the future. And I'm going to touch on Game Pass, because my opinion of that has also changed a bit. Now, before we get started though, what I hear all the time from gamers, especially online, they'll say, there aren't any games for Xbox, and that's simply just not true. Actually, new games come out for the Xbox pretty much every week. And I feel like Microsoft's strategy lately is that if they can't have a lot of exclusive games right now, they pretty much focus on just making sure that third-party games are also included on the Xbox, and there's new stuff to play. That's kind of how I feel what they're doing over in Redmond. And so there are games coming out all the time for Xbox. Again, I just think that they get overshadowed because PlayStation 5 is a success, and it really kind of dominates the conversation a lot of the time. And I don't know about you if you've noticed this, but Microsoft is definitely pushing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And they should, right? That's going to be a massive game, and I think that their argument is that, hey, Xbox is going to be the place to play that. You know, they now recently acquired Activision, and so that's going to be part of the family, even though Black Ops 6 is going to be on the PS5 and PC as well. But you can see Microsoft really pushing that game, so that's pretty interesting to watch. Now, getting to the partner preview event that happened recently, I watched it, and again, this was an opportunity for me to see, you know, what's coming? What should I get excited about? And so these are the ones that really struck out to me. The first one being Chronos: The New Dawn. So this is the same developer that did the new Silent Hill 2 remake, which I am currently playing on the PlayStation 5. I've almost got all the way through it. A really great remake, and so I guess this is going to be an all-new franchise or game for that developer. And yeah, I mean, this looks like a good survival horror game. It's giving me those kind of Dead Space vibes, which is definitely a good thing. It certainly has a creep factor to it, and it seems like it's going to be taking the horror genre seriously, so yeah, I'm optimistic about this. I should also say that I don't think any of these, or most of these, are going to be exclusive to the Xbox. These are just the ones that they highlighted in this preview. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. That is such a awesome game title. I don't know about you, but I've been impressed how all in they have been lately on the Yakuza franchise, specifically Like a Dragon. I think the first game I played was on the Xbox Series X. That was right around launch. And, you know, like the previous games, this is going to be kind of like a beat-em-up style RPG, but this one takes place on 4 different islands, and you get to build up a pirate crew, and then you can take place in naval ship combat. I did not see that coming, but yeah, it looks like it could be fun. This is a game that stands out because of its visual style. This is Mouse PI for hire, and for obvious reasons here, black and white, it looks like a 1920s Disney cartoon. I dig the design and the graphics of this game for sure. Also, looks like there's going to be kind of a jazzy soundtrack, which is kind of fun. But I do worry if it's going to be kind of a one-note, generic style first-person shooter. Don't know if I would pay full price for this game or not, but it could be kind of fun for some laughs. Oh yeah, this was hilarious. So probably the most entertaining and funny trailer in this preview was for Animal Well. And I was like, this dude sounds very familiar. That's because it was narrated by the popular YouTuber Donkey. So that was really funny hearing him kind of just riffing on the game. It was funny because I was reading some of the comments and some people are kind of annoyed, especially if you don't know who he is or follow his wacky brand of humor. But I love this. I've heard great things about this game already, and I guess it's going to be on Game Pass probably today or tomorrow. So I'll probably download it and give it a go. Now for something completely different. This I had not heard of before. This is Wheel World, and this game really surprised me. It's a open world mountain biking game that looks pretty unique. Now, a couple reasons why I was curious about this is because, well, downhill domination on the PlayStation 2 is one of my all-time favorite hidden gems for that system. Now, this particular game doesn't look quite as crazy or over the top as that game, but it does look like it has some surprises up its sleeve. Another game that kind of reminds me of Lonely Mountains Downhill. Did you ever play that indie game? Surprisingly fun. So if this game is even, a quarter as interesting as those games, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it. The other thing I noticed that there's lots and lots of third-person hack and slash Souls-like games lately. It's honestly getting a little hard for me to tell them apart because that's not really a genre that I spend a lot of time in. But people keep playing them and they seem to like them, so developers are going to continue making them. But I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Probably a decade ago was nothing but, military first-person shooters. Now we're getting a ton of these type of games. And are you getting burned out on them? Do you love them? Let me know. And now I want to talk more generally about some of the games that I am keeping an eye on for the Xbox. And a couple of these are actually exclusives to the Xbox and also PC. And the first one is Avowed. So this is a first-person RPG from Obsidian Entertainment, who has made some of the most memorable RPGs. They've made, Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, a game I just recently replayed and really loved it. Pillars of Eternity, Alpha Protocol, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, just to name a few of these. And so they know what they're doing when it comes to RPGs, and yeah, the expectations for this are sky high. I'm right there. It's like, come on, baby, give it to me. Now, originally it was going to be released this year, actually this fall, but it got pushed back until February of 2025. In my opinion, I prefer a developer do that if it means more polish and it means that the game's just going to be even better. But the weight's killing me. Also, that trailer for Perfect Dark, man, this blew me away because I love the game Deus Ex and also Dishonored and a bunch of those kind of first-person games. This looks right up my alley. Everything about this just looks amazing, and so I am very excited for this. I can't wait till this comes out. I don't know if it's got an actual release date or not, but it is going to be exclusive to the Xbox and PC. So if this gets good reviews, this will be a day one for me. Also, another Doom game is coming, and these have been awesome, and I have loved these that have come out since, 2016, I think, is when the first kind of reboot happened, but yeah, this looks really interesting. Again, not going to be exclusive to the Xbox. It's also going to be on the PlayStation 5 and PC. But I don't know if this is going to be a day one purchase for me. I'm excited for it, but it's also one that I don't necessarily have to get day one. So I may hold off a little bit on this one, but I am very interested in it. Another big title I am very hyped for is Fable. I absolutely loved the original Fable, Fable 2, Fable 3. Fantastic, really unique and funny RPGs. Just some of the best that ever came out on Xbox, and I'm very excited to see where they go with this in the next generation of it. It could be great, could be not. We don't know just yet, but I am cautiously optimistic. Now, here is a game that I think is going to come out pretty soon, at least as of the making of this video, so knock on wood, but that is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, this is not going to be exclusive to the Xbox. I believe it's going to be coming to the PlayStation 5, which, you know, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I've loved, well, the first 3 movies. The ones after that, not so much, but this game actually looks like it could be fun, so I'm going to be cautiously optimistic for this one. Another game I'm excited to get is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So this is the 3rd game in the series, remade, all new graphics, you know, all new engine, I'm sure. It looks gorgeous, so it'll be really fun to play this one. Again, not exclusive to the Xbox. I believe it's also going to come to the PlayStation 5, of course. But yeah, this is another game I'm interested in as well. I think there's going to be enough improvement to it to justify, you know, the remake here. So yeah, I'm excited for it. But that's really all that's on my radar right now for playing on the Xbox, which again, as you can see here, there's good games coming. But, you know, compared to the PlayStation 5, man, there's been some bangers. And the other thing too with the Xbox, initially, and maybe you're like me, I was really holding on for Starfield. I thought Starfield was going to be Fallout in space, and in some ways it is, but I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. And so I think when that game came out, it was just okay. I was disappointed. You know, I was disappointed. Now, I don't know, I'd be kind of curious to know what people think about that. I haven't gone back and played it since it originally came out. There's obviously been a lot of patches, and I think we're coming up on the 2nd DLC. So maybe the game is actually much improved. You know, maybe we're looking at kind of like a cyberpunk sort of situation where, you know, after a year or so, there's been a big turnaround. But I will say that, you know, again, initially, my Xbox Series X was going to be my Starfield machine. And it just didn't pan out that way. The other thing I want to mention is Game Pass, and I do feel like it's a great service. I mean, for what you pay, you do get access to a ton of content. However, what I didn't count on, and I should have, this is totally my fault, is that games come and games go. And if you're like me, you might start a game and then maybe put it off for a while you play something else, and then come back a couple months later, and to my surprise, that some of those games that I was in the middle of are no longer there. And this is just like Netflix, right? This is just like every other subscription service. Movies come and go. It always seems like when I want to go watch a James Bond movie, I can't seem to find it on any of the streaming services, right? And so that's been kind of a little bit of an eye-opener for me with Game Pass, because as I was going through my library, yeah, like 4 or 5 games were just no longer playable. Which brings me back to owning the game. And that's been really interesting, because I'm like, okay, well, those games I actually really like, I need to own them. And which system is that going to be on? Am I going to get it for the Xbox or the PlayStation 5? Because it is really important for me to have that game on the disc if possible. The other thing too is that the Game Pass price, especially for Ultimate, has been going up. Just like every other subscription service. I get it, but it is making me wonder, you know, do I just subscribe when I want to play a particular game or not? I'm kind of weighing my options lately. So anyways, guys, that's where I am on Xbox right now. Like I said, I'm a fan of the console. I'm a fan of the service. I've been a fan of Xbox since pretty much the original. And so I'm not going anywhere with it, but it is kind of healthy, I think, to stop and look at, you know, what it offers and what the state of Xbox is at any given moment, because, you know, there are some good things and some bad things there. And as you can see, I'm definitely interested in many of the things that are coming out, but I do wish it was a little bit more competitive to the PlayStation 5. That's the truth. I just wish that there was. But anyways, guys, I would love to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I want to thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and take care.